Hi everyone. I hate this. I hate this because it's a friggin' lie. These skulls look purple and orange, they're both red. This is actually a terribly compressed image. And they aren't red all the way through. If you select just the center pixels, it will be red. But the edges will have been compressed and mixed with the other colors. I mean, this is what pixel art is all about. I love pixel art, but that's what it's all about. I have screen capped it at this level and at this level. I then transport it over here. You see all these screen caps. And what I did was new create from clipboard, right? And you're supposed to use what you see on the. If you use what you see on the monitor, it'll give you even more. I mean, it'll be just what the monitor shows you. But if you look at this. You see that? That's the purple, and it's at least. Oh shoot! That's one, two, three, four, five, six. There's a light purple here and a light purple there. So what you're seeing is 1/6 of the image is dark purple, 1/6 of the image is light purple. So only 4/6 of the image or the color right here is actually red. And if you want me to prove that, here's a flood fill, tolerance threshold of 1. It's not even, look at that. It's not even a pure red. This is the one. This is the one I screen capped at 100% without zooming in. This is bad. It's not. It's just not right. It's not. It's not a pure red color. And then there's that purple there. If I do it there, see, look at that. I'm thinks I know some of them appeared. Let's see here. Here's the purple, and I got all the purples. So your eyes do mix colors together to see a broad, the broad spectrum of all the colors, right? They try to make some sort of big deal with neuroscience, but it's not really. It's about perceiving objects and understanding relationships from one object to the other. But you are going to see a purplish color when 1/6 of the color is, a visible area is purple. I mean, it's a gradient is what you're seeing, and it's shifting your eyes. And some of it looks red, some of it doesn't, and if you look with the paint, it proves it. Now let's look over here. This was the one that I screen capped at 180%. A lot more of it is red, but you see these edges? They're darker reds and then purple. That's actually purple. Look. White. Bam. Purple. Lighter, a darker color of red. And then that's not even, it's not even really the same color of red. I mean, it's a shade off. I can see it. A lot of people can't. But that's definitely purple there too. And then let's go over here. Look at that. That is orange. That's orange too. That's a brighter red. That's even a brighter red than the other red that I was clicking on. 214, 25, 33. Let's see if I can find the same kind of color of bright red. Oh, that one's pretty. That one's almost exact. It's only a couple of off. It's only a couple off. But see, it's not even. Of course, the center one is clearly the same color, right? The center. But when you have so many pixels that are bordering the color, that gradient shift into another color, yes, it's going to shift your perception of the middle color. But what they're trying to say is that the blue by the red makes it look purple naturally. And that it does when you're focusing on the overall picture, because then your mind tries to put everything together in a relative way that makes sense. That's how we identify figures. But this particular example and the way they show it on the web is awful. Well, let's go and see this other one, which is, I think this one was 180% too. Let me go back to white. I mean, look at this. This is awful. This is not... This one, literally only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 50% of this is actually the bright red color. And then it color shifts. And you know, it would be much better if they used the color tone, halftone examples, because halftone, that's where you get the perception. Your mind manages to merge the various halftones into a perceivable color, right? Even though you know, and your mind knows, oh, that's actually 4 colors. Or when you look at a TV, an old cathode ray tube TV, the colors are technically just blue, green, and red, right? I believe. And those together create, light. That the light merges, and then you think you see a color, right? You see different colors. That's also why one of the main reasons why, and pardon me for that yawn, one of the main reasons why the laser TVs, the plasma TVs, I call them laser TVs, they're plasma TVs, when they came out, they were so color sharp because they were true color, except those TVs didn't take into account that images that were sent over TV transmissions were color toned for those TVs. And if you have a CRT, cathode ray tube TV, and you look at movies or whatever that are now produced with LCD TVs in mind, and you look at it at a CRT TV, it's going to look different than if it was on an LCD TV. That's because transmission is everything. And so CRT TV shows, when they're put on LCD TV shows, TVs, those shows actually really do look different, and they don't look the same as when you were watching them on a CRT. So it's all about transmission, and but the problem is that this particular example is a terrible freaking example, because as I demonstrated, there is actually purple on the right hand side. There's actually purple over on the right hand side, or left hand side, right hand side if it's viewing. Okay, you get it. The blue side as opposed to the yellow side, right? The blue side actually produces a purple skull because there is purple. There's deep red, maroon, and purple. You go over to the yellow side, orange There's actually orange there. Red, orange, orange, red. I just hate, I hate that they spread these pictures around on the internet because it's just not right. It's not right that they do that. They're trying to make a point. Their point is half wrong because you can actually pull out some purple depending on how far you zoom in and out. You may have more purple than red. Because this was the one where I took it at the 72 ppi, right? The compression destroyed the screen cap. And the screen cap is really what shows you what you're seeing on the web, right? The screen cap grabs those. You know, and yeah, there is a compression thing when you're doing a screen cap, but there's also a compression thing when you're viewing a picture through a website, through a web portal. That's part of the actual problem with this. You know, and I've downloaded these pictures before, and the compression on the pictures, even when I get like what they call the native file, even then the compression has something similar to what I showed you when I zoomed in at 180%. You can't trust these things. More or less the news report is right, but the example they use is totally broken. And the thing about with me and pixel art and looking at colors is that I could actually see the purple, the lines, and it's not my eyes. It's the friggin'. It's the how it shows on the TV screen, the monitor that I have, and how the screen cap captures it. And it just drives me nuts. So, this is one of those myths that I just had to bitch about. You're not wrong if you're saying, "Oh, you know that looks purple when it's down to here," but when you zoom in, you say, "Wait a second, that looks like the same color. Wait a second, there's a purple border here. There's orange here." You could see it. You could absolutely see it. Oh my God, you could actually see it even. Oh, and depending on how you zoom in, that little halo effect changes. So if you're trying to argue that screen caps don't actually capture what you're seeing, I mean, look at this. Look at it. Look at the edges. The compression with the website of zooming in and everything else. I mean, when you zoom in, you actually get a crisper appearance, and even then you could see how the compression's working on it. And when you're at the normal and you take a screen cap, there's all sorts of I mean, you saw it, there's all sorts of dithering caused by the compression. And yeah, websites do this, FTP does this, you know, your LCD screen also does that, because your LCD screen, it isn't a true color screen. If you had a 4K laser super duper Super Saiyan monitor, you're still going to see those weird funky lines, because I mean, I could see them at no matter how I zoom them in, the borders. Oh God. Well, it's not you, it's the example that they use. You have a good day.